First of all, I want to acknowledge the Maori tikanga, because we are 20 minutes early. Tēnā koutou katoa. So we'll see if the European tikanga can be likewise. But we want to start, so we mua tērā. E te tono ati ki tō tātou rangatira nei. Archdeacon Nila Simmons, the Maori King's newly consecrated chaplain, to come and open up our proceedings for the day. Tēnā koe te rangatira.
Ka koa te hunga ho haurongo, ka huaina he tamariki nā te atua. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Kia inoi tātou. Titiro ata whai mai ki runga ki a mātou e te atua kaharawa. E koropiko atu nei I mua te o I tau aroaro. Te whakaai nei ko koe te atua kaharawa oratoru. Arahina mātou e tau wairua tapu mātou e whaia nei I te hohaurongo. E whaia nei I te tika, I te pono, I te aroha. Arahina mātou e ihoa kia tika e nei mahi. Tukua mai tō wairua tapu ki runga ki te whariariki o pōta tau te whero te tuawhitu kua tau mai. Ki runga ki tō mātou kiingi I aia e tā wāhi ana. Ki runga ki ngā iwi katoa o tauranga moana e aue nei I te rironga o rātou whenua. Arahina mātou e ihoa ki te noho tahi I runga I te whakāroko tahi. Ki te tutuki I ngā oati o te karauna tapu o te kiingi Maori, ara ko te paipera tapu. Tēnei rai te matua ka ino atu ki a koe, I runga I te ingoa o tau tama tō mātou kei whakaura kui hukaraiti. Amen. E ihoa tohungi a mātou, e te karaiti tohungi a mā, e ihoa tohungi a mātou, e tō mātou matu I te rangi, kia tapu tau ingoa, kia tai mai tau rangatiratanga, kia me te tau e pai ai ki runga ki te whenua, kia rite anō ki tō te rangi, o mai kia mātou aia nei he taro ma mātou mo tēnei rā, murua o mātou hara, me mātou hoki e muru nei o te hunga e harana kia mātou. Aua hoki mātou e kawea kia whakawaia. Engari whakaorangi a mātou I te kino. Nau hoki te rangatiratanga, te kaha me te kororia. Ake, ake, ake. Ngā whakamoemiti, whakawhetai e hue, moa manakitanga ki te iwi e tau nei, ko koe Putaki te oranga e te ariki pai marire e te ariki pai marire pai marire kia tātou.
Tūtahi māku I tautuko rāngā mihi ko mihi ngatu, ki te runga rawa. I wā tātou tini aitua, whare tapu, o tō tātou ariki ki Māori ki te heitia, ki ngā waka wairua ko tai mai nei, ki te tautoko, tēnei wā tātou hai. Me ngā pāpori, I puta mai tēnei rangi, nei ki atu he rangi pai tēnei no te me, nā tātua I hanga. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. So my privilege to be able to MC this occasion today. I just want to endorse the greetings that have been extended this morning to God first, to those that have passed on that are not here to hear this very important apology being said, to the house of our King, the royal household, King Tuheitia, Ko Te Tau Te Wherowhero the Seventh, to our churches, not just the Anglican Church, but all the other churches that have come here to support today. And other distinguished guests, you know who you are. So we want to make this a happy occasion as well as a formal occasion. And so also just want to acknowledge that some of you might not have understood what was happening at the first part of the ceremony when we were talking in another language that you did not understand. I'm pleased to say that we have the Chief Executive Officer of the Wānanga Aotearoa, Mr. Udalo Flavel here, that is offering free of charge. It's today only lessons at Te Wānanga Aotearoa. You get them for nothing today if you say you were at this hui. So Mr. Flavel is miha tuki a koe ninga, te rangatira, e ruro, ko koe rai, ko kiri tēnei kaupapita wai, koe tērā whare, nō reire te miha tu. And so today we are indeed privileged. This is a very important occasion. It's a occasion that needs a lot of sincerity around it. We know that this apology is a sincere apology. It comes from the heart at the prompting of God, the Spirit of the Lord. And so today we're honoured to be here. We acknowledge the Anglican Church for humbling themselves on behalf of the Church Missionary Society to be able to present this apology today. And in accepting that apology, we are grateful, we are thankful, and we are appreciative, and we know that it'll go to some way to healing some of the hurts of the past. But there's still a long way to go yet, and that's okay. Our tupunas were here a long time ago, they didn't get to see what we're getting today. So we need to be patient as well. So I just want to introduce to you some of the people that are going to be here who are represented the Hāhi today. Better get my paper out and get their names right. Don't want to call Rahu Jim. So today amongst us we have the presence of the Archbishop Emeritus, Sir David Moxon, the Bishop of Waiapu, Bishop Andrew Hedge, the Pihopa o Te Manawa o Te Wheke, Pihopa Ngarahu Kātene, the Archbishop and Primate of New Zealand, Archbishop Philip Richardson, also the General Secretary of the New Zealand Church Missionary Society, Canon Steve Minor, tēnā koe Steve, mai tō whenua. And we also have some other names here, whether they're here or not, I'm not sure, but we'll read them out just in case. The General Secretary of the Anglican Church in Aotearoa, New Zealand and Polynesia, the Reverend Michael Hughes, the Media Office of the Anglican Church in Aotearoa, New Zealand and Polynesia, Mr. Lloyd Ashton, and I believe that is all. So again to this distinguished group that have come here, tēnei rōpū rangatira, anei rā mātou e tūiru te ngākau iti te ngākau māhaki i te whakatau atu i a kōtou, e ngā mana i ngā leo, e ngā pau o te wairua, te pau o te atua, tēnā kōtou, tēnā kōtou, tēnā kōtou. So the purpose of this hui, we all know, is that the Anglican Church, on behalf of the Church Missionary Society, I believe, is going to present an apology to us. And if we believe all the statistics to say that we were very poorly done by in the education system, I'm not too sure if everybody knows what an apology is. So I looked up Nanny, Google, and found out a little bit about it. So an apology, you'll have to ask you to do whether it's a noun or a verb or whatever. But it's a written or spoken expression of one's regret, remorse or sorrow for having insulted, failed, injured or wronged another. So that's the English version of what a apology is. And so that's what we're going to be receiving today. We are getting both the oral version and we're also getting a written version as well. So that we can look at that in future years. Our children can look at it, grandchildren, and then read what was said and see if it's still relevant to their time in the future. So kia ora tātou. We are wanting to keep a tight time frame because it is wet and I'm sure we would like to be somewhere else, but we also don't want to diminish the importance and the value and the sincerity of the special occasion. So we want to make sure that we give it due honour in whatever form that might take. So today we are going to allow the Spirit to just lead us, to guide us in how He might make us all happy. But again, it's just great to see you all out there today and listening as we had mentioned that these are the many tears that are flowing from the heavens of our ancestors that have passed on, the things that have both sides, English, Maori and other people that engaged in the wars at the time. You know, heavy rain like this means that they had a very heavy time of things in their engagements. And so we see this as a good sign. We see this as a tohu from our tupuna, and we know that water symbolises cleansing as well. So it's a spiritual cleansing, and this rain that's coming down on us, rain on us, Sovereign Lord, rain on us. So again, to each and every one of us gathered here together, we want to acknowledge you for taking the time to come out, that this must be an important occasion for you as well, that you took the time to leave your nice warm whare and to be here to support, to endorse, doesn't matter what side you're on. And apologies a bit like history, that depends on who writes the history, who gives the apology. There'll be other people out there that won't receive this as an apology or think it's not appropriate to be apologising, but that's okay. The main people that endorse it are here today and want to acknowledge you and thank you for that. So kia ora tātou. So our first speaker for today is going to be Dr. Alistair Rees. Dr. Alistair Rees has done a lot of research on this whole issue regarding o tamataha te papa, and I believe he was challenged by one of our cousins over there when he went to Waikato University as a fresh young 50-year-old, and she challenged him about what are you Christians going to be doing about what you did to our people. So he's going to tell us what he has actually done. Kia ora, Alistair.
He nore ki te atua, a mā ngā rongo ki te whenua whakara pai ki ngā tangata katoa, a ka te mihi tuatahi ki tō mātou e te rangi, ki a tapu tō ingoa, e pā ko taka whakawhetai tēnei ki a koe mo tēnei huihuinga e tēnei rā. Ka huri ati ki te kingi tūhei tea, rātou ko tōna hoa rangatera, me tōna whānau, ta kahuri ari ki kei tūranga waiwai. E kore I mimiti, tūtonu, re hau, pai mārere. Ka huri atu, ki ngā tangata whenua tēnei rohe, ngā te rangi nui, me ngā te pūkenga, ki ngā hapū hoki o ngā tamarāwaho, me ngā te tapu, ko tēnei te mihi ki a koutou. Ka huri atu ki ngā mātāwaka, kei wanganui a tātou I tēnei wā a tēnā koutou. Ki ngā tangata tiriti mā, nau mai, haere mai, ki konei. a ki ngā pihopa mā o te hahi mihenari. A tēnā koutou katoa. Ki oko hoa mā a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak to you today. Yes, it was now an old friend of mine, Ngahuia Dixon, who challenged me many years ago to say, you should do something about what your missionaries did to my people. So that was a long time ago, and it's been a long journey as I've been attempting to understand it. I stand before you today, not as the one who knows it all, but just one who will contribute something to this historical narrative. So I've been invited to speak to you to give some background as to why are the Anglicans apologising today. So if you'll excuse me, because I'm an historical academic, I need to read this because I'll get smacked if I get any word wrong or any little piece of fact wrong. So it's only short, so I will go ahead. We stand together today on Wāhi Tapu, called by many O Tamataha. It's a sacred land that over the centuries has been witness to great human flourishing as well as great human suffering. The Whakatauki proverb says, "Whatangarangara te tangata toi tū te whenua." The people fade from view, but the land remains. Today this sacred land remains and bears witness to a hope that is endemic to the human spirit, and a hope based upon that which will unfold today. We have gathered to participate in the apology of the Anglican Church of New Zealand to ngā iwi o Tauranga mana whanui tonu, and also to the ngā hapu of Ngai Tamarawaho and Ngāti Tapu. I want to say that apologies are blunt instruments that acknowledge wrong and attempt to restore relationships that have been broken. In this instance, it's the broken relationship between Tauranga Maori and the church, the Hahi Mihenari and its mission arm, the Church Missionary Society, which culminated in a betrayal of trust that ultimately resulted in the loss of land and the fissuring of a relationship with local iwi that was inextricably linked to the use and the occupation of this land by CMS. The following is the background to some of the events that lead to today's apology. In the 1820s, various members of CMS, including its leader, Reverend Henry Williams, Karuwha Te Weremu, made several visits to Tauranga from their headquarters in Paihia. On 2 occasions, the missionaries sailed as peacemakers along the multiple wakataua of Ngāpuhi, as they attempted to dissuade the northern tribes from their intent of utu. They also visited at other times to trade for potatoes and kumara. They also took some children back to Paihia for schooling. As a result of these visits, CMS was invited by local rangatira to establish a mission station in the region. Eventually, in 1838, the Anglican missionary Archdeacon Brown and his family arrived from Waharoa. He was to remain in Tauranga until his death in 1884. Brown received strong support from local leaders, including Ngāti Tapu Tohanga Matutahu and the Ngāti Haua Kingmaker Weremu Tamihana Tarapipipi Te Waharoa. The strong relationships that Brown forged over a period of years was demonstrated by the fact that many families took on the name Brown or Parauni as a sign of the respect to their pastoral shepherd. After a period of settling, Brown, on behalf of the Church Missionary Society, negotiated the purchase of 2 parcels of land, which together equated to 1,333 acres. Known as the Te Papa Peninsula, it forms the backbone of modern Tauranga City and stretches from the Strand to Gate Pa. Why did Archdeacon Brown purchase such a large piece of land? Far more than the mission needed for its own purposes. From his journals, we discern several reasons. None were for his own personal gain, as I see it. These included his concern at the growing demand for land by new settlers, many of whom he considered of dubious character and who had little regard for the well-being of tangata whenua, not to mention their total disregard for local tikanga and law. Secondly, he wanted to demonstrate to local Maori CMS's long-term commitment. In other words, this acquisition was not a commercial purchase. It was a relational transaction based upon mutual trust. The land, if you like, was a tohu. It was a symbol of a covenantal agreement between the two parties. This relational commitment is expressed in CMS's own document, which says about this land: that land was acquired and is retained under a solemn trust that it should be applied to the benefit of the native race and church. This pledge was to be sorely tested by the ensuing events that enveloped Brown and his co-workers in the events ahead. These events developed as a result of the Crown's agenda to develop Te Papa as a strategic military settlement and a settler outpost. Bishop William Williams of Waiapu and Archdeacon Brown, both members of the CMS Land Board, began to refer to Te Papa at this time as Naboth's Vineyard. It's a reference to the Old Testament story whereby an ancestral plot of land was seized by the monarchs of the day. Naboth, his initial response to King Ahab's request for land is interesting. His response, for which he lost his life and land, was this: "The Lord forbid that I should give you the inheritance of my ancestors." Significantly, Naboth's vineyard became a metaphor utilized by many rangatira in several parts of the Motu in response to the unjust occupation and seizure of their lands. In January 1864, Te Papa and the mission station was occupied by government troops who thought local Maori support for the kingitanga. They tried to stop the support. This led to the local battles of Gate Pa or Pukahinahina, Tauranga, and the Bush Campaign. The government consequently labelled local Maori as rebels, and under the New Zealand Settlements Act confiscated about 50,000 acres of Tauranga land. Brown and Williams' appellation of Te Papa as Naboth's Vineyard was prescient. The government's ambition to develop the Tauranga Peninsula as a new township gathered momentum. Pressure was placed upon the CMS to sell the land to the Crown. Under instruction from the United Kingdom Board, the New Zealand CMS Land Board initially resisted the pressure. The board in England reminded the New Zealand missionaries of their commitment to the trust, re the Te Papa purchase. They also stated that if the government wanted the land, they would need to requisition it. Finally, however, in an ironic twist, without discussing the situation with local Māori, Bishop William Williams, Archdeacon Brown, and Reverend Robert Burrows signed a document. They gifted 4/5 of the land to the Crown. Frederick Whitaker, the government secretary who dealt with the transaction, expressed surprise at the generosity of CMS's offer. One can only surmise at the reasons for the change of heart. The remaining 1/5 was retained and was sold as sections within a few years. Archdeacon Brown kept 17 acres for his family. The present-day Elms, just down the road, is where he maintained his residence. Te Papa, which once housed a thriving mission station and a thriving Māori community with schools, chapels, training institutions and local mara, morphed into a settler and military town. Local Māori were displaced and the work of the mission dwindled. Te Papa was certainly Naboth's Vineyard. The heart of present-day Tauranga City has been founded upon this legacy. Generations of new settlers have benefited from this betrayal of trust. However, hopefully, the apology today by the Anglican Church signals a tatau pounamu, a doorway into reconciliation which will yield not only a healed relationship between tangata whenua and the church, but also the healing of the land on which the city dwells. O te ngara, te tangata toi tū te whenua, kati. Tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora, Alistair, for that. So that's the part of the background, underpins what's happening here today. So if that's news to you, ka pai. Go and tell it to somebody else. So we are now going to receive the apology from the Anglican Church. It's going to be in 2 languages, so there's no doubt to anybody in here. The Piopo o te mana o te wheke, Piopo Ngarahu, will be speaking in Te Reo and presenting that apology. Following him will be the Archbishop Emeritus, Sir David Moxon. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, I'm looking at the wrong page. It is the Archbishop and Primate of New Zealand, Philip Richardson, in the Reo Pākehā. And so they also are wanting to make a presentation after their presentation of the apology, and that'll be received by Mr. Puhirake Ihaka on behalf of Ngāti Tapu, Peri Kohu on behalf of Ngai Tamarawa under the umbrella of the Otamataha Trust. But while I want to say that this kaupapa is under the Otamataha Trust, I'm sure every Maori in Tauranga is going to claim this apology as well. We are from Ngaitahi going to do that. Kia ora tātou. Ki oka.
In the name of God, Amen. Amen. To the faithful in Christ Jesus throughout the world, greetings. A formal apology to Ngāti Tapu and Ngai Tamarawaho of Tauranga Moana.
E whakapāha ōkawa kia ngai Ngāti Tapu rātou Ngai Tamarawaho me Tauranga Moana.
That this General Synod Te Hinota Whānui 2018
Ko te whakatau at the General Synod Hinota Whānui 2018. Ka tuku whakapāho te General Synod Hinota Whānui ki ngā iwi o Tauranga Moana. Tauranga Moana whānui tonu mo te tukanga tū no te pēhanga mai a te kawanatanga i tuko ai me te ngaromanga o ngā whenua o te mihana o te papa a ka ki Tauranga ka rite tonu te inui a te General Synod Hinota Whānui ki tō tātou matu i te rangi. Kia whakatakotoria tētahi kirimene tūturu he mea whakaia e te katoa. E whakarite i te take o ngā whenua Tauranga Moana kei te aroaro o te rōpū whakamana i te tiriti o Waitangi e whakahaere tia nei.
This General Synod Te Hinota Whānui apologises to ngā iwi o Tauranga Moana, whānui tonu, for the yielding and loss of the Te Papa mission lands, and commits to continue to pray for a final and mutually agreeable settlement to the Tauranga Moana land case before the Waitangi Tribunal.
Ko mōhio te General Senate hino ta whānui ko te whenua tōna tahimano toru te kaueka te nui. E kia nei ko te Papa Block. E take e pāna ki te Otama Mātahi Trust e tūnei hei māngai mō Ngāti Tapu rātou ko ngai Tamarawaho.
And notes that a parcel of land in Tauranga Moana of approximately 1,300 acres, known as the Te Papa Block, is the subject of concern for the Otamataha Trust, representing Ngāti Tapu and Ngai Tamarawaho.
Kua takoto ki te aroaro o the General Senate hino ta whānui te pūrongo, Naboth's Vineyard, towards reconciliation in Tauranga Moana. He mea rangahau, he mea tāpai nā tākuta Alistair Rees. Kei reira e ātau whakarangi ana ngā awangawanga e pāna ki te tukunga tū o aua whenua e te Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board ki te kawanatanga o te koroni e i te tau tahimano warurau toru ono te kaumauno. Ngā pepa a te General Senate hino ta whānui. No te tau tahimano iwarau toru te kaumawaru i tukua aua whenua e te Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board o Tauawa. I tauranga kia raro i te kai tiakitanga o te atirikona Alfred Brown. Hei painga mō te moana ka whenua, e mana whenua. He nui ngā tau e puritia e whakamahi ai aua whenua i runga o anō i te hiahia o ngā hapu. Engari nā te kaha pehi a te kāwanatanga i tukuana nōti atu aua whenua i te papa e te Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board ki te korona ahakoa kaore te puari i pai kia pērātia. Ahakoa hoki i te maha o ngā awangawanga e whakapuakina, e whakahokia ki te puari ko te hauri mānake e ngā teki hana whenua ko oti nei te ruri.
Receives the report Naboth's Vineyard towards reconciliation in Tauranga Moana, researched and presented by Dr. Alistair Rees, which details the concerns regarding the disposal of this land by the Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board to the colonial government in 1866. The lands were transferred ka tuku ka hoko in 1838 by the then Church Missionary Society Central Land Board in Tauranga, under the care and oversight of Archdeacon Alfred Brown, to be held in trust for mana whenua. The land was held and deployed for many years in line with the hapu's intention. These Te Papa lands were finally and reluctantly yielded by the Church Missionary Society Central Land Board to the Crown, under great pressure from the colonial government and following many expressions of concern, in exchange for 1/5 of the surveyed sections of land.
Ki tō te General Senate hino ta whānui, ko te pēhanga o te kāwanatanga i tuku atu ai ngā whenua o te papa e te Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board ia te mai he tahimano warurau ona te kaumauno kia whakahokona atu ai i tau maharawa kaore hoki i tika. Nā taua āhua whakahaere kaore tūtuki I the Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board o taua wā. Ngā here a āhurea e mātaki tika kei te kiona 7 e takoto ana.
The General Synod Te Hina Te Whānui is of the opinion that the pressure placed by the colonial government on the Church Missionary Society Central Land Board to yield the Te Papa block for sale in March 1866 was undue and inappropriate. This process meant that the cultural and moral obligation described in Clause 7 was not met by the then Church Missionary Society Central Land Board.
Ko tā te General Synod Hino Ta Whānui, ko te pēhanga I tukuna atu ai ngā whenua o te papa a te Church Missionary Society Central Land Board. E takahi I ngā kaupapa o te Treaty o Waitangi, te tiriti o Waitangi, me ngā here kei runga I te karauna. Arā, kia noho rangapū, kia whai wāhi tahi, te karauna me ngā hapu ki te tiaki, ki te whakamauru I ngā whenua Māori, ko tukuna ke tia, ko hokona atu rānei mō tētahi take mō tūhake. E takahi hoki taua pēhanga a te kawanatanga I te rangatiratanga o te mana whenua. I ngā whenua ko hokona atu I runga I te tika me te pono me te tahi take mo tuhake. A kōrero ki raro I te kai tiakitanga o te tahi rōpū mo taua take mo tuhake anake arā o te Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board.
Te Hina Te Whānui is of the opinion that the pressure on the Church Missionary Society Central Land Board to yield the Te Papa mission lands constitutes a breach of Te Tiriti o Waitangi principles in terms of the Crown's obligations regarding partnership, protection and participation of Māori gifted sold land for particular purposes, as well as a breach of local Māori rangatiratanga of Māori land sold in good faith for a particular purpose and held in trust by a recipient body for that purpose only, namely the then Church Missionary Society Central Land Board.
I tautoko ana te General Synod Hino Ta Whānui I te whiriwhiringa a te rōpū whakamana I te tiriti o Waitangi mō ngā whenua whānui o Tauranga Moana. Nā pihopa Peter Atkins, pihopa o Waiapu I Tauawa, I ponui tōna tautoko I te whakahaere whiriwhirihanga o te rōpū whakamana I te marama o Hepetema, tahi mano iwarau, waru tekau mā whitu.
Te Hina Te Whānui is affirming of the Waitangi Tribunal hearing of the Tauranga Moana case as a whole, noting the public support of the tribunal hearing process in September of 1987 by the Right Reverend Peter Atkins, the then Bishop of Waiapu.
E whakai ana te General Synod Hino Ta Whānui te kaha tika o te wairua o te pūrongo a te Bicultural Commission of the Anglican Church on the Treaty of Waitangi, a te komihana mo te kaupapa tikanga rua mo te tiriti o Waitangi, tahi mano I warau waru tekau maono, kei te āpitihanga wharangi, e tuhinga na kai whakawā matua a edi duri ara the Maori understanding of the gift compared to the law of charity. Mo te tikanga ki tō te Maori whakaoro o tēnei mea, te tākoha me te ture e pāna ki ngā kaupapa atawhai. Ka tuhi a kai whakawā matua duri ki tō te Maori titiro. Kāore he re ke o te tuku me te hoko amoni. I te whakawhitinga whenua e tētahi ki tētahi. Ka rite tonu te hononga i Wainganui i te kai tuku me te kai whiwhi. Ahakoa he mea tuku a tākoha, he mea hoko amoni rānei. Me hoho nua ke te tiaki a te kai whiwhi i te pānga o te kai tuku i tō etahi atu. E whakapono ana te General Synod hino ta whānui e hanga pū ana aua kaupapa ki te take o ngā whenua mihana o Tauranga ki te papa. E tika ana hoki kia wananga tia, tahi tia me ngā hapū te hitori o aua whenua pēhea i hoko nā atu ai. Pēhea hoki te whakamahi i aua whenua ke kite ai te huarahi e ai ngā he e hou ai te rongo.
The General Synod Te Hinata Whānui acknowledges the moral force of the report of the Bicultural Commission of the Anglican Church on the Treaty of Waitangi. Te ripoata o te komehana mo te kaupapa tikana rua mo te tiriti o Waitangi, 1986, where in Appendix 1 on page 44, there is included the article by Chief Judge Eddie Jury, The Maori Understanding of a Gift Compared to the Law of Charities. Chief Judge Jury states that there is no necessary difference between sale and gift in terms of Maori understanding of land passing from them to others. There is to be a continuing relationship between the donor and donee either way. There is a greater duty to the donor than to others, and the acknowledgement of the donor's interest. The General Synod Te Hinata Whānui considers that these principles apply in full to the Tauranga mission lands of Te Papa, where consultation with hapu over the story of the land and its respective sales and use is right and proper, with a view to seeking restorative and reconciliatory outcomes.
E tautoko ana te General Synod hino ta whānui i ngā mahi a te pihopa te whakahui worker pihopa o Aotearoa. Rātau ko pihopa hori kona, pihopa o te pei o Pereti. I te pihopatanga o Waiapu. Ko Don Shaw no te pariha Māori o Tauranga Moana. No te tau tahimano iwarau iwatakau mā whitu, ka parahia e rātau te huarahi, i whakahokia ai ki te Tauranga Moana o Tama. Taha trust tētahi wahanga iti iho nei o ngā taonga whenua o the Church Mission Society. E tika ana kia riro mātaua trust e tiaki aua whenua o te iwi, nā te mea i tū taua rōpū hei māngai mō ngā titapu rātau ko ngai tama rāwaho o Tauranga Moana.
Affirms the actions in 1997 of the Most Reverend Te Whakahuihui Verko as Pihopa Aotearoa, in partnership with the Right Reverend George Connor, Bishop in the Bay of Plenty of the Diocese of Waiapu, and Mr Don Shaw of the Tauranga Moana Māori Pastorate, in facilitating the return of a smaller parcel of the remaining Church Missionary Society land to the Tauranga Moana o Tamataha Trust, being the appropriate trust to receive these particular tribal assets, representing the Ngāti Tapu and Ngai Tamarawaho peoples of Tauranga Moana.
E tautoko ana te General Synod hino ta whānui i te tono a te pihopa Philip Richardson he reo ia mō ngā a te pihopa katoa. Ki a te pihopa David Moxham, ke haere ia i raro i tō rātau mana, e takawainga mō ngā tangata me ngā rōpū o te hāhi mihingare me te Otama Taha Trust, kia kimihia e he huarahi e ai ngāhe e hauhau ai te rongo i tēnei take. Arā, te ngaro manga o te whenua o te papa. Ko etahi o ngā tāngata o te hāhi i whai pānga ana ki te take ko te pihopo o Waiapu rātau, ko te pihopo o te manu o te wheke, ko te kai whakahaere amotu a the New Zealand Church Missionary Society Trust Board. Ahakoa e hara taua poari i te uri ature o the Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board o te rātau te kau māiua.
Affirms the request of Ati Pihopa Piripi Richardson on behalf of the primates in asking Ati Pihopa Emeritus Rawiri Moxon to liaise on their behalf with appropriate Anglican parties and the Otamataha Trust to seek to achieve a measure of restorative action and reconciliation relating to the Te Papa land loss. Noting that the Anglican parties include the Bishop of Waiapu, Te Pihopa o Te Mano o Te Wheki, and the National Director of the New Zealand Church Missionary Society Trust Board, recognising that today's NZCMS Trust Board is not legally related to the 19th century Church Missionary Society Central Lands Board.
Ka tono te General Synod hino ta whānui ki te Ati Pihopa. O ngā pihopatanga o New Tirini rāua ko te pihopa o Aotearoa, kia tuku pūrongo ki te komiti tūtonu a te General Synod hino ta whānui, e whakātua ana he pēhea te haere o ngā whakawhitinga, whakaaro, a ngā rōpū e whakaingoatia i runga nei.
Asks the Archbishop of the New Zealand Diocese and Te Pihopa Aotearoa to report progress of the interested parties as noted to the Standing Committee of General Synod Te Hinata Whānui.
Ka whakamana te General Synod Hinota Whānui, te komiti tūtonu a te General Synod Hinota Whānui ki te tautoko, ki te whakaia i ngā mahi katoa, i ngā tono katoa e tā pai nei ki ngā rōpū o te hāhi, ki ngā trust, ki ngā kaituku, ki te mea whakapono ana te komiti mā, aua mahi me aua tono e kōkiri tia i te tika e ai ngā he i te kaupapa nei.
Empowers the Standing Committee of General Synod Te Hinata Whānui to support and endorse any actions needed and any applications made to church entities, trusts or donors in the restorative justice process involved above as the committee sees fit. This motion in its entirety was agreed without dissent. In testimony whereof we have hereunto set our hand and affixed our seal on the day and date aforementioned being the 11th year of our joint primacy, signed by the General Secretary of the Anglican Church of Aotearoa, New Zealand and Polynesia, and by myself as Primate Te Pihopa mā Tāmua.
E hōnore he kororia ki te atua i runga rawa. He mōngarongo ki te mata o te whenua. He whakaaro pai ki ngā tāngata katoa. He mihi ana hoki kia kingi tuhetia, te kāhui ariki me ngā kanohi o te kingitanga kua tai mai ki te tautoko tēnei rā. Ngāti tapu, nai tamarawaho, tēnā koutou. I ngā iwi katoa o Tauranga Moana, tēnā koutou. Tātou katoa kua tau nei, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Pihopa Anaru o Waiapu ahau. I stand here today as the 16th Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Waiapu. My predecessors form an unbroken chain linking the office I hold as the Bishop of this diocese to the events of the 1860s and Bishop William Williams, the first Bishop of Waiapu. The bishop before me was Bishop David Rice, and before him Bishop John Bluck. Alongside Bishop John was Assistant Bishop George Connor in the Bay of Plenty. It was Bishop George who stood alongside Atipiopa Whakahuihui Verko and Mr. Don Shaw in 1997, when they returned land that had been held by the CMS to Otamataha Trust. Before Bishop John was Bishop Murray Mills, who followed Bishop Peter Atkins. It was Bishop Peter who in 1987 voiced his support for ngā iwi o Tauranga Moana in the struggles for the Waitangi tribunal hearings. Bishop Peter was preceded by Bishop Ralph Matthews, who had followed Archbishop Sir Paul Reeves, who had followed on from Archbishop Norman Lesser. Bishop George Cruikshank was the 8th Bishop of the diocese and was preceded by Bishop George Gerard, and before him, Bishop Herbert Williams. Bishop Herbert was the 6th Bishop of Waiapu, the son of Bishop Leonard Williams, the 3rd Bishop of Waiapu, and grandson of Bishop William Williams, the 1st Bishop of Waiapu. Between them was Bishop William Sedgwick, the 5th, Archbishop Alfred Walter Averill, the 4th, and Bishop Edward Stewart, the 2nd. The pictorial cross that I wear today was first presented to Bishop Herbert Williams, grandson to William Williams, in 1930. Then again to Archbishop Sir Paul Reeves in 1971, and then to me in 2014. I wear it today in recognition of the symbolism of the office of Bishop of Waiapu and the physical link to my earliest predecessor, Bishop William Williams, father to Leonard, grandfather to Herbert, brother to Henry Williams, and colleague and friend to Archdeacon Alfred Brown. Bishop William Williams and Archdeacon Alfred Brown, together and with the wider Church Missionary Society Central Land Board, made a decision in 1866 to yield the Te Papa land, the land that we gather on today, to the Crown in what was an act of human failure under intense and undue pressure. I stand here today with the whole Church to acknowledge our past, our connection to the actions of the past, to support this apology, and to commit to seeking a better relationship for the future. In May this year, Te Hino Te Whānui, the General Synod of Te Hāhi Mihinare ki Aotearoa ki Niu Terene, ki ngā mautere o Te Moana Nui a Kiwa, met in New Plymouth and heard the request that Archbishop Philip Piho Panarahu and I submitted to them to support an apology for the actions of our predecessors, Williams and Brown, in yielding the Te Papa lands to the Crown and ignoring the moral obligations to address the exchange of land back to Ngāti Tapu and Ngai Tamarawaho. Te Hāhi Mihinare o Aotearoa stands here today because we have heard the call for an apology for the actions of our predecessors. We have listened to and learned from the events of the past. We have been moved by the stories of the consequences of our predecessors' actions, the isolation from the whenua of mana whenua, the marginalisation and dislocation that has been experienced, and the hardship that has been endured by mana whenua for more than 150 years. We have heard afresh the knowledge and wisdom of Te Ao Maori brought to us by Chief Judge Eddie Jury about the continuing relationship between the donor and donee in a transaction of land. In our listening to history, we have sought to find an expression of our desire for reconciliation, for addressing the wrongs of the past. We too, knowing our own human frailty and capacity for making mistakes, have listened with compassion to the accounts of our predecessors, Williams and Brown, who sought to uphold and honour the trust that was given them by ngā iwi o Tauranga Moana for Te Papa. We acknowledge that our predecessors, Williams and Brown, struggled relentlessly to appeal to the Crown, to act with honour, and not to seek to claim ownership of Te Papa, and instead to allow the mission to continue in partnership with ngā iwi o Tauranga Moana. We have heard the realities of the fractured relationships and broken trust that shaped the social, religious and political environment of the relationships between the mission and ngā iwi in 1866. We acknowledge that this church ultimately failed in our moral obligations, finally yielding the land for sale to the Crown under intense and undue pressure from the government of the day. I have never before experienced the palpable sense of overwhelming grief that was present in the house of Te Hino Te Whānui this year, as we all stood in solemn respect to stand behind Archbishop Philip as he read the apology to the small ope who had travelled from Tauranga to support us and witness the presentation of the motion of apology to the Synod. There's a memory that will sit in my mind for a very long time and longer in my heart of me standing on one side of Atipiho Papiripi as he read the apology, and on the other side, Tiki Tū Tarangi Raumati, weeping. Those of us here from Te Hāhi Mihinare, as we support the reading and presentation of this apology, bring to this day the representative grief of a nation of Anglican bishops, clergy and laity. We come with friends and supporters from the New Zealand Church Missionary Society, the Methodist Church, the Roman Catholic Church, and with support from the wider church community across Tauranga Moana, who have come to support this act of repentance and reconciliation and bear witness to this day. We bring to today the memory of our predecessors who we know sought to find the best of relationships between the mission, the church and ngā iwi o Tauranga Moana, and succumbed to intense pressure from the Crown. We come with solemn sadness that the events of the past have cast such a long shadow on the generations that have followed and left a legacy of injustice and controversy. We come in the anticipation that this act of repentance may help to shine a light of reconciliation across this whenua. Nō reira, e ngā rangatira mā, e ngā hoa mā, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Very powerful time in history. And again, we acknowledge, thank, express our appreciation and our love to the Hāhi for this important historic step that they've taken. Tēnei rāta mia te kia koutou e ngā pau wairua a he para o te atua whai haere e wana tohu kia koutou. Nei rāta huarahi whai nā te rangi nei o whaihua. Tēnā kōtau. Tēnā kōtau. Tēnā kōtau. So that's a very powerful apology that we've received today. Apologies are like a lot of other things that come in different packages and different sizes. While we don't diminish or lessen the importance and the appreciation and the sincerity of what's been presented us today, when we look at about our community today, we think a little apology is necessary because a lot of our people are where they are today because what took part for what we have received an apology for today. And sometimes just saying, I am sorry to somebody and meaning it. I was wrong. Or you were right. But I think the most powerful apology that we can say to each other is that I love you with those bonds of love that cannot be broken, bonds of the Lord Jesus Christ. Nei rā, tātou katoa, I hara mai I raro tana mana, tana tapu, tana ihi. O reira tēnā kōtou katoa. So we're going to give the City Council the next word of comment, and then our tangata whenua will close off and accept and acknowledge the receipt of the apology. Tēnā koe. Kelvin?
Ki ngā rangatira o Tauranga Moana, a tēnā koutou katoa. Ki ngā rangatira o te Kingitanga, tēnā koutou katoa. Ki ngā rangatira o Hahi Mihinari, tēnā koutou katoa. Ki ngā rangatira mai ngā Hui Whā, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Koromātua Tuarua, ko Kaunihira o Tauranga. Ko Calvin Clout, toka ingoa. Thank you very much everybody for gathering today, and it's just an amazing occasion, and I feel very privileged to be standing here today representing Tauranga City Council. And I acknowledge my colleagues here today who are supporting this important mahi. Councillor Larry Baldock, Councillor Terry Malloy. I know that Councillor Max Mason was here earlier, and I believe that Mayor Greg Brownless will be joining us shortly. Today we take another step in the long journey towards full reconciliation between all partners in this land called Aotearoa and in this beautiful rohi of Tauranga Moana. And I want to acknowledge every single hapu that is here today representing your people. And we saw just before some tikanga Maori, and I'm sure that that kōrero will continue later. But I just want to acknowledge you all here today. I want to acknowledge the tremendous effort put in by Dr. Alistair Rees. Thank you, Alistair, for accurately recording the events of the mid-1800s, whereby local tangata whenua effectively lost the vast majority of this peninsula we call Te Papa. I also acknowledge the persistent and engaging work of Te Kohinga over the past 25 years. Your work shows that significant research and advocacy can bring enlightenment and a change of attitude to present-day residents. I congratulate the Anglican Church for taking stock of your own history and seeking to rectify past wrongs. With your support, I trust that a just, tangible and lasting resolution will be established here in Tauranga. My personal view, shared by some of my elected member colleagues, is that Tauranga City Council should remain open to future ways and means of participating in this healing process. That will almost certainly involve collaborative initiatives with central government, the Anglican Church, other churches who are represented here today, and community groups, and local hapu and iwi working together. It is in the city's best interests that everyone prospers and no group of residents is left behind as a result of past wrongs. In speaking to local mana whenua, I want to express my deep sadness for the pain and disadvantage you have experienced over the past 200 years. Whether it was the brutal sacking of this o Tamataha pā, or the loss of Te Papa Peninsula and other tribal lands. Reassuringly, I have a strong sense that you have arrived in a place where you are ready to grant grace and forgiveness to those who have wronged you, and to those who show true remorse and seek restorative justice. You want to move forward confidently and continue developing as a prosperous and significant partner in our city's future. I look forward to seeing your mana enhanced in the coming days and years. Additionally, I'm not blind to the huge spiritual significance of what is occurring here today. As a Christian believer myself, I know that holy power is always released when people engage in true acts of both repentance and forgiveness. I believe that from this very day there will be a spiritual cleansing and a closing of the breach over Tauranga Moana. I pray that in the words of Malachi 3 verse 10, that the heavens, the windows of heaven, will be open above us all, and blessings, both spiritual and physical, will flow so strongly that we will barely be able to contain them. And I'm sure that's a prayer that everyone here would say yes and amen to. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you.